my kids. I'm back on the road again, and will probably be for a little while. So if you, by any chance, were missing my vlogs, I'm gonna be doing a lot of them. Hopefully, I'm gonna record a lot. I might as well, because every single day I learn new things, and my mind changes, and the insights that I have today. Well, I'll still have these insights tomorrow. Well, who knows? You forget a lot of stuff. Your brain is designed to forget stuff. Okay. This episode is going to be about helping your girls make money. Now, this is regardless of if you're actually friends with girls at work or not. Doesn't really matter. And I think y'all know that I don't really recommend actually going out of your way to become friends with girls. I don't feel like I should say that right now. I'm just going to say, in my experience, from lots of different places, that making friends with girls at work typically slowed me down, and like a lot, and it, ate up my motivation and my money, is pretty much what it felt like. Because if somebody, you go to work and somebody wants to complain about everything, and, now you're their friend, and it's like, fuck, it took me like 2 hours to convince myself to come in here, and now, you want to tell me about all this shit. So just, but okay, this has nothing to do with that though, exactly, right? So this is about, it's about keeping the flow of money in the club going. Really, it's just about helping people. It's about helping, your coworkers and your customers, and I don't know, it just feels good. It feels good to me. And I also feel like this feels like it's way too drawn out already, but I'm not editing this, so we're going to keep pushing forward. Okay, so we're going to call this episode Mo Money, because the girl that I did this for, she goes by Mo on Facebook, so plus it just sounded perfect. So I was on stage. So I met this girl actually on Facebook. I think she found me on YouTube, and she knew I was doing exactly what I'm doing now, road tripping, and she invited me to come stay with her in New Orleans. She was traveling through New Orleans, and she was like, hey, I'm going to be out here, come stay with me if you can. And I was like, you know what? And she had said some really cool stuff in the Facebook group, and I was like, I would love to meet this girl. So, and that's another reason why I'm like, I don't know that I should say this whole thing about no friends at work, because, I just wanted to say my past experience, but, use your own judgment. If you find a work buddy, like an actual work buddy that will work with you instead of convince you not to go to work, that's one thing. That's great. But, I think this is a very big deal. A topic that I'm going to not get into right now, because I don't even know what the answer is anyway, actually. I think it just depends on the person. So I go to New Orleans, and we went to work at Hustler Club, and I was on stage, and my stage set was ending, and I saw her approach this group of guys, probably like maybe four or so guys, and shortly after that she walked away. Well, my stage set was ending, and I got down and I walked straight up to those guys, and I looked at them, and I was like, y'all fucked up. I wanted to put my sunglasses up for more dramatic whatever, but the sunshine on my face isn't helping. I was like, y'all fucked up. And this one guy goes, he's like, what? And all of them were clearly like, what are you talking about? And I said, that girl that y'all just let walk away, I was like, she is really, really good. And this one guy goes, I'll take her. Immediately, he just goes, I'll take her. And then the guy next to him said, and I'll take you. And I selling myself to them wasn't even on my radar. I just wanted to get her a dance. And it ended up getting both of us dances, lots of dances from those guys. I think I don't want to say lots, it's relative, I guess, but I think she made $100 from that one guy, and I don't have a clue how much I made from the friend. So it was probably similar, because I think it was like $300-400 at that place. So, and then later somehow, I ended up also selling a champagne room for both of us. And that's really, 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 really great when you don't have to work for the money that you get. It's really great. Like, I don't know. You got to work. You still got to do the job. But when you don't have to make the sale, oh my God, it's just like, it just feels so much better because it's so much easier. So at Mons in Tampa, when I was already pretty deep into, psychology, so the strip club game and psychology and selling and all that stuff. And I can remember the very first time that, and I used to quiz my customers, by the way, and I'm sure a lot of you know that, but I used to quiz my customers when I would finish dancing for somebody. I would ask them, why did you pick me? Out of all the girls that are here today, like, what made you decide to pick me? And see their answer. And typically it was fascinating. You never know the kind of answer you're going to get. But if you keep getting the same thing over and over, like, play up your strong suits. Like, oh, you've got beautiful eyes, like, well, shit, wear like makeup to make them pop. Maybe you're prettier without makeup, which is quite possible. Just giving an example. And somebody, saying, oh, I like your ass. And it's like, okay, well, when you're giving, at any point in the night, like, make sure you're kind of accentuating your ass. Like, you know what I'm saying. So I had really tried with this one customer, or this one guy, he wasn't a customer, and he turned me down. I tried pretty hard, and which I do with like every customer. And he said no. And finally I was like, okay, I'm done selling. So flat out, right? Like, I don't, I literally got nothing to lose. I was like, I'm done selling. So I'm not trying to convince you to do anything. Like, one then I asked him, what it was. I asked him why he didn't like me, and it was because I had the wrong hair color, which was funny because my hair was dyed at the time and it was actually that color. So it was like, that's ridiculous. Like, it's just interesting. You never know. The psychology is just super fascinating. So I ended up asking him, I was like, so what are you looking for? He'd already told me, hair color. I was like, what are you looking for? And he gave me an idea, and I went and told a girl about it, a girl that fit the profile. And I ended up doing that multiple times. Like, if the club is slow, especially if the club is slow, you might as well. Like, there's no harm in helping your coworkers out. If you've got the time, if you're not in a Vegas club, maybe, so the club's not super huge, maybe you know who the girl is, or maybe he'll give you an idea of the type of person that he's looking for, and you go get that type of person. Another example I'll give real quick. I walked up to a customer, or walked up to a guy, and he was like, can I pay you, whatever it was, to just knee me in the balls as hard as you can for a whole song? And I was like, I'm not your girl. I'm not your girl. But I know someone that would love to do that, and I don't think I said it exactly that way. I think it was more along the lines of, but I know someone that's perfect for you. And I was like, I'll send her over, like, I hope you have a really great night. Don't make people feel weird for their fetishes, okay? Because they're going to a strip club probably to get some of their fetishes, like desires met. And if you make them feel like a fucking weirdo for it, they're probably never going to go back again. And that could have been an untold amount of money that you just kicked out of the club. So don't make these people feel weird for anything, unless they're a fucking asshole. If they don't have any place being in a strip club, then, whatever. But don't make them feel weird, please, for being a fucking weirdo. Then that's not, I don't know. I think it's a little bit, I know way too much about psychology. I go back a lot, and anyway, it doesn't matter. So I went up to this girl and I was like, hey, the guy over there in the corner, he is looking for someone to knee him in the balls as hard as they can, and he's willing to pay full price for, whatever. I was like, you might want to. And she was like, oh, fuck yeah. She was like, yeah. She was like, oh, I'm all in. So she, walked away. And so something that I didn't anticipate after I started to, find other girls money, basically, was I didn't expect them to reciprocate. It didn't even cross my mind. I didn't intend on that or plan on that at all, because I wasn't friends with any of these girls. I just wanted to help them make money. So, but one of the things that I noticed that happened was if they were with somebody, so if they were with a guy and he wanted to do a dance with them, but he wanted, another girl for his friend, they would come find me. And I was like, huh, okay, that's cool, all right, that's cool. So another thing that happened, I'll just real quick and then I'm going to go, but this, I was in Vegas. I'm headed to Vegas right now, by the way. I don't know if I mentioned that. I was in Vegas and I tried to sell a girl a dance. I don't recall if I actually got her one or not. I'm not sure, but we talked for a while and she was really, really cool. And then later that evening, she came up to me and she was like, hey, we're going to VIP. And, just kind of grabbed my arm and started to walk towards VIP. And I was like, hell yeah. Awesome. Man, work becomes easy when you don't actually have to make the sale. When you just have to keep the customer happy, I find work to be way more enjoyable. And if we all did this for each other, work could be way more enjoyable for all of us. So go get that money, more money for your coworkers, for your girls, and it helps keep the customers happy. If you're not the right type for him, but someone that is, you've already done the market research. You've already learned what he wants and everything. So why not go share that with your coworker? Because you already know. And now she doesn't have to pry and ask questions and try to figure all this bullshit out. She just knows that that's what's up. You know what I'm saying? I know you know what I'm saying. Go out there and make mo money for you and your girls and your coworkers, and keep the clients happy and keep them coming back. Let's keep this happy little circle going. I love you, girls. You guys are going to see a lot more of me. A lot more of me probably for the next, I don't know how long, because it's a road trip and I never know how long I'm going to be on these things for. So I love you. I'll talk to you later. Ciao.